taking a 40-minute train journey from Haverfordwest to Carmarthen. Let's go!
Passengers for this station should ask.
And here's our ride today. 1 Whiskey 62, which is 1107 Transport for Wales service to Manchester Piccadilly. 403 car class 175175143. Originally delivered to Wales and Borders in 2002, before being transferred to OwainsTrains Wales in 2003, and now Transport for Wales in 2018. As you can see when you enter the carriage, this carriage is set in a 2-2 configuration, with 2 seats in the middle as table bays. I got to sit in one of the table bays. Fun fact here, platform 2 is in use, but no train stop there. So if you ever want to go train spotting during the coronavirus, you can, here, at platform 2 at Haverfordwest. There's no train stop there. As you can see, it's arranged in a 2-2 configuration, with the 3 seats in the middle here, 3 or 4 seats here, in table bays. We now depart Haverfordwest.
Yeah, we went to Birmingham, didn't we?
Probably a good idea that I check out the Wi-Fi on board. Wi-Fi is available on all Transport for Wales services and stations under TfW Rail Services Wi-Fi. It's free as well, so you don't have to pay a thing. You get 50 megabytes of quota, so you get 50 megabytes of good streaming service. Once you've used up that 50 megabytes of quota, everything will still work, except it'll be slowed down a little bit. It'll be reduced. Browse, but it may take a little longer to load. There is also a map here that shows you where we are. Now that we're on Wi-Fi, let's have a look at our route. Today's route will see us traverse 3 stations along 31 miles and 43 minutes to cover the 3 stations between Haverfordwest and Carmarthen. We'll stop at Clopston Road, Glendowen and Woodland along the way. Let's have a look at our seat today. It's got a nice big table and legroom's pretty good as well. You have a nice big window with no blind to block out the sun. The seat is quite comfy here, and in the coronavirus you have these little posters to separate the seats. The moquette is in the original OwainsTrains Wales moquette, and you have quite a lot of legroom for standard class. I can touch the next seat in front of me, and I'm not a particularly tall person. The table is very sturdy, and here this armrest is a little stiff, but otherwise it's quite a good armrest. The armrest by the window is a little more, well, working, not as stiff. One thing I also noticed is that this seat is spotlessly clean. Aside from a couple of little scratches here and there, it is spotlessly clean. I mean, you'd probably expect that in a COVID world. Seats over there are exactly the same, except you have a fold-down tray table. I would check over there, but I'm not going to. Seeing the extra track is always a good indication that we're approaching Clopston Road. Clopston Road is a sort of junction station, where the lines of Milford Haven and Fishguard Harbour converge here. Clopston Road has 2 platforms which are staggered, but not as staggered as Glendowen, which we'll get to in a few minutes. Glendowen has staggered platforms, as you will be able to see in a minute. They are quite long, as they serve the lines of Fishguard Harbour and Milford Haven, where you can get up to 4 carriage trains. Also, the platforms are staggered, but I've already told you about that. Fun fact about Glendowen, it's quite a busy request stop station. It's one of the busiest on the West Wales line. But of course, in an age of COVID, I don't think I saw anyone getting on. You can see here how far back the platform 1 is from us. Seeing even more truck is a good indication that we're approaching Whitland. Whitland is served by Transport for Wales and, every summer Saturdays, Great Western Railway on their service to Pembroke Dock from London Paddington. The service used to be run by an 8-car HST, but ever since Great Western Railway withdrawn their HSTs in 2019, the journey has been done by 5-car IETs. At Whitland, you've got this bay platform here, and the main platform which we're coming on now, platform 1 for eastbound trains, and then you have platform 2 here for westbound trains, and a 4th platform over there. So what's the deal with having this many platforms? Again, Whitland has lines converging from Milford Haven, Fishguard Harbour and Pembroke Dock, so Whitland can get very busy with trains going to Tenby and holidaymakers in the summer. Approaching the now disused mechanism of the swing bridge is always a good indication that we're approaching Carmarthen. Carmarthen is a fairly big town and has connections to Great Western Railway and London Paddington. It also sees some specials. If you've seen my collaboration with Dina Stave, you'd know what. A tornado came down in 2019, and the Black Fires did as well, but I couldn't quite make that trip, sadly. You do have the Carmarthen Avoidance Line, which is the line that branched off earlier. It's for trains that want to avoid Carmarthen altogether. It is the same with Swansea, and not all trains want to go into Swansea. It's the same with Carmarthen here, as Carmarthen is a terminus station. And again, it has one of those weird platforms, if you've seen one of my train spotting videos. Here you have where the steam trains gets cold and re-watered before it goes on its journey again. This used to be a caravan site here. Anyway, this is where the oddity happens. You go into platform 1, where there's no footbridge, there's a footpath across the track towards the eastern end of the station, which is fine. It's good. It's good views to get. It's a good place to get views of the train or trains. Then you got platform 2 over there, and then behind the railings is a third platform, which is of course not in use to the public, but there is tracks there. So if you've seen my train spotting video, you know what I'm talking about.